This is part 2 of the video, so if you're finding this one first, turn around, make a U-turn, and go to Jimmy Chang's channel and check out part 1 first, then come back and see what else we have to say.
Yeah, this is Richardson, and I'm here with Jimmy Chang. I don't know if you know his channel yet. If you don't, make sure you sub up to him. He produces some great one-wheel content. He is great at making videos and at promoting his channel, and I'm not. So if you've seen my videos, I think I'm pretty good at riding a one-wheel, but I'm still learning the whole YouTube thing and video editing and all that. And so Jimmy's here is going to help me out and try to get my channel functioning a little bit better. And so we're going to work together and see what we can do, combine our efforts, see what we can come up with. It takes a lot of time and effort. It's a lot. There's a lot to just setting up a nice shot or just getting the camera in the right position and putting together something that's a little more engaging than just, a still cam shot.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, you hit it right on the head. There's number one, just riding the thing and being able to ride safely and be able to get good shots. And then number two, being able to actually create the video, make the video on whatever software you're using. And then number three, being able to put it on whatever platform you're using, whether it be Instagram or YouTube, and then actually be found and be able to grow it that way. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to talk through that. And I have your channel pulled up here. We'll go over some of the things that I like, some of the things that we can improve on. If you can come up with a killer title, come up with a great thumbnail that will entice people. So the title helps you get found, the thumbnail helps you get clicked, your content helps people stay, and then that's how you grow from there. And then my next tip would just be rinse and repeat after that. So you've figured out, you do a video that is popular, that gets a lot of views, that gets you subs, and you build off of that momentum, build off of that topic. For example, right now, if you can go to Onewheel Trends, or if you go Google Trends, and it'll take you to this Google website that will track search terms. So what you can do is just throw in the word one wheel or one wheel pint or one wheel whatever. You can put in different terms in there and see how popular, how often they're being searched, and you can that can help dictate what type of search terms you'll put into your title or your description. So that's something else that can help out. But yeah, learn from your mistakes. If something isn't working, if you make a video that's a flop, try to figure out why it didn't succeed. You can try to edit it a little bit. Even after you put it on YouTube, you can try changing the thumbnail. Maybe it was my thumbnail wasn't very good. Changing the title, maybe the title wasn't very good. And hopefully that'll give it some momentum. But what I've seen with a lot of my videos is there's this initial spike, and then it kind of dips down, and then there's another general spike or growth as it's being served to a new audience, and then it just kind of flatlines after that. I do have a few videos that have just gone up and then just continue to go up. And for some reason it just resonates with the YouTube algorithm. I haven't figured it out yet, but it's just trial and error. So figure out what works, build off of it, figure out what doesn't work, and learn from that.
Yeah, I think that's all good stuff. I can use a lot of that.
Yeah, so you could even consider going through, because you have a lot of videos. For me, usually once I post a video, I'm done with it. But I see, just looking at your channel here, you've got some of your early Onewheel 101 Volume 1. You've got 13,000 views. Volume 2's got 16,000 views. And I think that's very smart of you to build off of that and to redo those videos because that's what's working on your channel. I mean, from your perspective, what do you feel like are things that you can do right now to improve your channel?
I'm thinking bang for buck. So I'm thinking of the things that you've told me so far. Some of the simplest things that I could do is go back and put some text in some thumbnails, maybe improve some thumbnails. That would not be that difficult. Changing titles and descriptions would definitely help. That'd be easy. That'd be nice and easy. Checking some Google terms and see if there's any other words that I may want to get put into the title and description. And then as far as for the future, be a little more consistent. putting some videos up, even if I may not have something that's just great that I just really want to get out there, but to put something out there.
Yeah.
And people seem to enjoy the stuff that I don't think is all that great, and I put it out there, and people seem to really enjoy it. And
Sure.
and some of the easiest videos to make. I mean, the tricks videos are the hardest to make. I got to collect a lot of tricks that I may have spent hundreds or thousands of times trying to land one trick, and then put a bunch of those together, 6 seconds each into a long enough video that's worth watching. But I can sit down with a tripod and talk for 10 minutes about safety or something like that, and that'll get 16,000 views because it's that I'm reaching a wider audience, and the one-wheel audience is getting bigger all the time. XRs are flying off the shelf. Make no mistake. I mean,
Sure.
big sport or community or whatever it is growing. But a lot of those people, I think, they're not getting the most out of their one-wheels. The vast majority of one-wheels are sitting in the garage or sitting in the closet.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there that they bought their one wheel, and for some reason it didn't light a fire underneath them. It didn't get them all excited and frisky to get out there and ride this thing. And I'm hoping that my channel and your channel, channels like that focus a little bit on instruction and safety and all that, maybe people will find it. They've got the one wheel that's been sitting there, they haven't ridden it in a couple months, and they go on YouTube and just see what's up, and they'll see something and say, all right, maybe it dumped me when I first started. I'm 9 miles in a blood stain, but maybe I'll give it another shot. Now I know why. I thought, this thing says it can do 19 miles an hour, and it threw me off at 19, going up a hill in a wind, mashing on the nose. Now I know why, because I didn't notice that at 15 miles an hour the nose started lifting up, and maybe they'll get on and start riding it.
Yeah, and so I think that goes back to the Venn diagram I talked about earlier, being able to encourage. There's a population out there that you've identified that needs encouragement to get out there. And if you can encourage them to get out there and start riding again, you've just got a new subscriber, because now they're going to be watching all your videos on how to become a better, safer rider. Right.
Encouragement is a great word. I mean, I really like the way you've used that. I mean, it evokes a concept of, improvement, and people need a little bit of encouragement, especially if you're a middle-aged guy and you find this thing and you're not plugged into a community, so you're the only one. That's where I was for a long time. I didn't really ride with anybody else. I just didn't, and there wasn't as much of a community 2 years ago either. I mean, now pretty much any city you live in, and I'm going to post a video up soon about kind of tips, just general one-wheeling tips. And one of the things I mentioned is get into the community. Go on Facebook and find your local group. I'm in South Florida, and there's a South Florida group, and I joined that, and there's, I think, over 100 people in there, and they actually get together and ride, and it's a blast. I mean, that's another thing that we can encourage people to do, is to get social about it.
Sure.
And not just riding and being proficient and being safe, but there's more to it than just riding your one wheel. It's riding with others. For me, it's basically like 3 sports. I mean, I like doing the tricks, which is pretty much just a by myself Zen sort of thing. I go out and I hammer away at tricks to see if I can do something that's hard or never been done before. And then there's the social aspects, and then there's just cruising. It's just 3 different kinds of things that I like to do, at least. I mean, if I want to make a separate category for trails or off-road, mountain bike trails, things like that. But
sure.
There's a lot that can be done with this thing.
Oh yeah, no, there's a ton of stuff that can be done with this thing. And like you, I was a lone wolf rider for a while, and just I didn't find anyone else to ride with. I remember running into randomly coming across the first one-wheeler in the wild, Art. I came up
exciting,
across him.
isn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, and then there's this like instant bond, it's like a unicorn coming across another unicorn. You're just like, oh, and there's this instant bond, and that's what there is with the community. And so I think being able to build a community and get encouragement from that community. And so that's actually my last point on how to build your channel, and that's collaboration. So that's what we're doing today. But by collaborating, either through YouTube, like we're doing today, or when you go on group rides, talking about your channel, and then involving people into your videos, because people, everyone wants to be a YouTube star. Everyone wants to show off their moves or their cool one wheel. And if you are able to put that in a video and make it tastefully done, then you've just won another subscriber. If you're able to share your experiences through the different social network groups like the Facebook group, on Reddit, being able to share your experiences there, that's another way just to kind of collaborate and also to grow your channel. So I feel like you said, this is, we're only touching just a small portion of this. We're just scratching the surface. And I feel like as Onewheel grows, as these electric mobility devices become more popular and more accepted, that our channels will grow and our content will help people be safer and have more fun on these devices. So that's my hope.
Absolutely.
That's my desire.
Yeah, I mean, and I can see, I've even had a couple ideas here while we're talking too. I mean, when things started, the only things that were out there were obviously advertisements from Future Motion. And I can see that turning into something. And it's sure easy. It's sure easy to do. So talk about Onewheels and share our perspective on things and analyze things. And
it's a lot
maybe
safer
bring a little
too.
bit of knowledge out there.
Yeah. A lot less risk for injury. We could start like a guys over 40 Onewheel float crew. And for anyone thinking about making a YouTube channel or building their YouTube channel, if the goal we talked about is either entertain, educate, encourage, or some combination of those things. I didn't say money. All right, our goal is not to make money, because you're not going to make very much money off of YouTube.
No,
I'm not going to quit my day job.
Even if you took like every like the most popular YouTube channel, Onewheel related YouTube channel on YouTube, they're not making a living on YouTube. No, I mean, I've mine's been active for a couple months, and I'm just about to crack $100 or a little over $100. So it's not a lot of money. A great way to promote the channel is giveaways. Mm-hmm. I don't want to spend my money on it, but I'm willing to forego income off the channel and throw that in there. And
I've monetized my channel as well. The money that I make all goes into building the channel. It all goes into either getting new equipment, new microphones, like this thing.
I got one of these too. I've used it like twice.
Well,
of course, yours is the wrong color though.
Well, you like red. I know you're a big fan of red.
Be.
It all just goes back into making the channel better, which makes the videos better, which just helps the audience with, help us deliver better content to the audience. But Chris, I totally appreciate you reaching out to me. I'll have to take John out to lunch, Jonathan Stock, for getting us together here to make this happen. But let's do this again in the future for sure. Before we close, I just want to go through a couple quick questions for you, and you just answer them however you feel like, or just don't answer them. All right, you ready? We'll start off easy. We'll start off easy. What's your favorite color?
Fluorescent beige is probably my favorite color. I think obviously red, like red stuff.
Okay.
I like blue too, but just red. I've always loved sports cars, and sports cars always look best in red.
If there was no Onewheel, what would you be doing with your free time?
Probably what I was doing before I got the Onewheel, which was sitting on the couch, watching TV, playing on the computer, wasting time on social media, popping pain pills, and gaining weight.
If you could meet with the creator of the Onewheel, the CEO of Future Motion, Kyle Dorkson, what would you ask him?
I would say, why aren't you making swappable batteries? When are you going to make swappable batteries? How can we get swappable batteries put on the Onewheel? Hey, have you thought about swappable batteries? That would be the most important thing. There's plenty of things I could tell about Future Motion. The second most important thing that Kyle needs to hear would be, other than swappable batteries, did I mention swappable batteries? Would be regional service centers. There's no reason that I should have to have a 16-day round trip to send my board to California. I should be able to take it to my local dealer and swap a control module or a battery or whatever. They do those two things, and it's going to it would change the Onewheel world.
Got it. All right. Cool. I love it.
Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, sub it if you really like it, and make sure to check out Jimmy Chang's channel for more of this kind of content.